You are live. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck that in there. Oh, I need to adjust this like majorly. Oh my gosh, this is about to. Oh, that's too low. Now I'm green. What's going on with that? Oh, the lighting is super weird. Okay, whatever. I'm running with it. Why is it still not showing my alerts? Hide, show. Hmm. I guess I can't set it. Can't mess with it while I'm live. So, anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day. Trying to keep up with everybody here. This is the first time I'm going. I think this is the first time I'm going live on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that screen. Let's see how I look from the other side of YouTube, by the way. Let's see where we at. Which one is it on? Let's see how we're being received. Oh, what? Craziness. All right. I'm trying to make sure that it's coming through properly. For those of you who understand where I'm coming from. I have to go to. Now I just filled these in. I do that. Chromebook is really, 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 really messing with me. And so is Google. YouTube's settings are not staying. Every single time I close out of the window, it completely erases the information that I had set up already for the different accounts for like YouTube and stuff like that. And it really aggravates the living daylights out of me when I have to keep going back in and like re-logging in, re-entering the information just to be able to see what it is that I need to do. It's just beyond aggravating. I literally just entered this information in like 5 minutes ago, and it's going to make every single time that I do that, it's going to make like a ping to my account, right? So okay, well, I'm live and it's working. So I have 0 XP. Well, I'm live and it's working. So I wanted to thank my YouTubers for following me, by the way. I just started doing this, so I wanted to thank 64 in a very like I got over 10 followers in the past like week, and to me that's awesome. So keep adding the zeros. I don't care how many zeros you add as long as there's one in the front, right? So hey, witch doctor. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey. It's gonna keep going eventually, I guess, but so yeah. The lighting in here sucks, absolutely. So it's whatever at this point. I got this and it was hand poured, vegan, natural, cruelty free. I mean, I'm a bacon eater, so I can't say nothing against it. But I don't know. The texture of it's really cool. It's soft. So, all right, I'm gonna have to leave that there because I'm just gonna have to keep moving forward. So, I don't know why it's not showing the text alerts in TikTok, by the way. So my apologies for that. And it's not letting me open up settings because I'm live. So I'll have to add that back to at least the TikTok side of it. For those of you that are on YouTube and Twitch right now watching me, yeah, I mean, it just opened up the settings actually. And for some reason, it's like going super slow. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. Let's see. I'm trying to get that alert box back up real quick. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay. Everything looks like it's on and fine. I don't understand why this is not working properly. It says preview alert here. Preview. Apply. Oh, okay. So it only comes up for a few seconds. Okay, gotcha. See, previously it was actually staying there. So it was actually for TikTok. It was staying down in like this corner area somewhere, and now it doesn't even show it. So I hope it does show it if you guys end up joining or following or whatever, or like for the live. When I go live on my phone, it's very different than the TikTok Live Studio. And that's what I'm using right now is I'm using TikTok Live Studio to stream all of this. So not just here, but also on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm live on all three of you guys. So I'm multi-streaming right now for free because I have multiple system setups. I'm not using a multi-streaming program because at Nevermore Academy, we start from negative or zero here, and we don't want to pay for anything. So, yeah, especially taxes. Anyway, so, but yeah, so today is Workout Wednesday or Work It Out Wednesday. This morning is currently, oh, actually, it's afternoon. My apologies. It's 12:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I'm at. So good afternoon, internet family. And so morning messages this morning. This week's tarot, we got Six of Swords for today. So change and transition. Yes, we are on a hump day and it's the midweek and blah, 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 blah. But go ahead and look forward to some kind of change happening in your future, at least for today specifically. So live sites today was Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Kick. Seller sites are Amazon, Whatnot, eBay, and Etsy. Y'all go check out those sites. Weather check for today in my area is 82. I don't know what it's going to be like for y'all. You might want to look into that, even if it's for a few seconds. Morning routine today was a no wash day, so I just basically did like a 5-second makeup routine with Twitch. Y'all can OOTD that later. Speaking of which, photo shoot and media management today. I got a new dress. So OOTD today. Very, very 90s style. Has very like kind of like a ruched material. It's super, super slinky. And will be available on my eBay and Etsy at some point. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Kind of just threw the hat thingy on today just because something different. So there you go. I am weighing in this morning at 214. So still on the 30-pound down challenge with Jeff. And we're going to keep going. So I hope y'all keep your eyes posted for that as well as on my social media. Jeff, every once in a while, will, come in and join me. But for the most part, you'll probably just hear me talking. So today's Twitter, LinkedIn, Snap, if you have that, Amazon, Whatnot, eBay, and Etsy. Like I said, those are the social sites as well as the seller sites for today to look into. Make sure that you're updating, especially if you're Twitter, LinkedIn. Make sure that your, especially LinkedIn, make sure that your resumes are updated. If you don't know how to make one, look into either like online. You can just Google a resume and it'll pull up some examples of how you can do a layout for it. But the information that you put in there, I want you to kind of think outside the box for that. Okay. I don't want you to think of the ways that I've always been, right? For the most part, I don't even know our resumes even looked at anymore. I know for a fact that my LinkedIn is currently up and active and like very active. And I don't ever get responses for it. So for those of you who have work from home type scenarios, especially in North Carolina, please let me know. But yeah, make sure that your resumes are updated. Make sure you're posting. Same thing as the other social media sites. That LinkedIn is more for business. I don't know so much anymore. Being a new user, you'll probably get a lot of bots up front or a lot of like random email messages for nonsense. Usually bots. So be aware of that. I don't know the interconnection between LinkedIn as well as I don't know if there's like a business aspect for like personal usage for Twitter, but definitely try your best to continue to post. If you have to, put your ads with links if it accepts it. You can use Snap for your ads, especially old content or new content, and apply for whatever it is that you're looking for specifically. But don't forget that to put in there your thank yous, you know. You can actually do cross posting through all of the sites, and as well as, you know, we all have those links. Like if you have a link tree, that's all fine and good. But I'll be honest with you, if you don't post all of your social media of where you have your stuff, they're not going to see it. Unless it's like a 1-2 click and they're done, they're not going to see it. Remember, the 3-second scroll rate is just the same in real life. Usually we have to have our attention span caught within a few seconds, or else within 15 seconds, our brains are just not even going to worry about it anymore. It's just how social media and the internet has changed the viewpoint for most of society today. So our thinking, even those of us, you know, 40 and above, we have to think in a different way now. So the same as you guys do if you're younger than me. So same thing as people who are older than me. And it constantly keeps changing. Everything that you know now will be different when you get older. So that's another reason why I say for you guys to take pictures, to take videos, even if you're not into social media, you could utilize that as like a photo album. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you all are going to come at me from about the whole MySpace thing. I feel your pain. I lost years of content, years of my kid's life because of the fact that MySpace deleted everything. So I feel you. But we can continue to move forward. And now I think because of the fact that those certain situations have happened in the past, I think that now going forward, a lot of us will be able to utilize different aspects. Like if you have to use a USB plug, like storage device, if you have to, as a backup for whatever. I know that TikTok does allow you to automatically download your videos. So even if you're utilizing TikTok as like, I don't know, cloud space, don't put your profile as public, you know, make it private if you have to. Or if you're not into that whole social media thing, like I said, you don't have to post it. You can actually save it in your drafts for those of you who are on TikTok. As well as, I don't know about YouTube or Twitch about privacy policy as far as like if they have that as an option to keep it more private, more like a personal social media. But there are other apps out there and there's websites out there that you could utilize as well, not just social media. So I've always told you guys to take as many pictures and videos as you can, not for just the internet aspect, for yourselves as well, because at some point in time, you're going to wish that you had more pictures and videos. So try your best now, even if, like I said, even if you're not into the whole social media thing, it's totally fine. But I'm encouraging y'all to try to make as many memories as you possibly can out there. Because, like I said, as you get older, your friends are going to change, the places are going to change, things are going to change, trends will change constantly, and you're going to wish you could go back. You know, we always say, oh, I miss the good old days. Well, the good old days are today. You are the one making the memories. You're the one making the future. You're the one that's creating the pinpoints to the past. Because that's what that is. That's what a memory is. It's a pinpoint. You're literally a time traveler. Like in your own mind, in your own concept, you're a time traveler. And every single memory that you have to pinpoint back to allows you to move back and forth through the memories and through time. So make as many of those pinpoints as possible, right? And yeah, you do end up losing pictures. You end up losing contact with people over time. You know, businesses change, towns change, rules, laws, regulations change. So, and it's hard to keep up with. And a lot of times now, with the change happening so frequently, it's hard to keep up with that. You know what I mean? So you end up getting left behind a little bit, and you have to take the time to get caught up. And the world keeps moving with or without you. And hopefully you understand how powerful you are in all of this just by your own existence. So continue to create even in your own mind. And if you get ideas that come to you, don't be afraid to bring them into existence. If you can't, speak them into existence. Okay. Let someone else take your idea if you can't. Okay. You know, if you can't fulfill it, I mean, there's no way that I could fulfill all of my ideas. There's just not, I don't even have enough money to do that. I mean, even if I was a multimillionaire, I don't even think I could be able to do that. So, because it's just how my brain works. But other people can. And a lot of times we get shied away from getting help from other people because we think that we have to be independent. It's been cored into our brains that our requirement of life is to become independent. Don't get me wrong. It is in a small sense because of the fact that you are yourself and that's all that you're ever going to be. No matter how much you try to hide it or try to pretend to be something else, you're always going to be yourself. So when you are trying to, hold on, let me go back to that thought. I hate this. I lose my train of thought so fast, and I was on such a great point. So I'll keep taking it whenever you want. But yeah, so hopefully you guys can take what I just said, and if you can continue the conversation, great. Let me know what I was talking about because I don't remember now. Gosh, I hate when that happens. My grandparents used to call it the hereafter because they would go from one room to the other and they would forget what they were here after. So they would call the memory lapse a hereafter. And now I've got it. So, but yeah, there's nothing that you can do outside of what is already in your path, so to speak, right? And you're the one that gets to pick and choose that. So try your best every day to do the best you can. Even if it's just taking the next 3 seconds, just keep breathing. Sometimes it really does come down to that. So, and that's all we can do is just keep breathing and keep moving forward to a better tomorrow today, you know, rise up to a new dawn. So, yeah, anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. House chores today is living room and 15-minute tidy. Me personally, I have to gather my sale items because I just went absolutely in the opposite direction for my eBay. I ended up having a return, and then somehow they withdrew the money out of the account, deposited it in my account, and then the person made the refund. And so now it's like in the negative, and it's like on everything's on hold right now. So it's like, anyway, the struggles of small business and becoming an entrepreneur is astounding. So thank you very much, Valix. Likewise. That was such an awesome comment. Thank you. Wow. Witch Doctor, Cedar Rita, Shell, Miss Wright, Black Galleries, Vector, Girl Mom, KDW, HTX, Julian Coco, Nate, Kayla Ann, I Am Paige, Django, Andy, Brian. Hey, gosh, I can't even like show the whole chat. Why is it doing that? It should be showing that. Why is my alert box not working? I want to enter another source. Hold on real quick. I want to enter the chat on the board. Like, does it show the chat? On my side, it's not showing the chat. So I'm seeing the chat in a separate window, like off to the side, because I'm in TikTok Live Studio. If you keep seeing me duck down, it's because I have like multiple laptops like stacked on top of each other. So, all right, and one of them's kind of like tilted down, so I have to keep like looking underneath to see if anybody said anything. Dwayne, Sergio, Laura, Panda, Allison, Bug, Tamara, Henley, hey. I'm sorry, I had to go through the whole list. I think I skipped some of y'all somewhere because the thing is only like this big. So y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. I tell you what, yesterday, we set like some kind of like a live goal thing, and I found out about what roses and stuff mean now. So, and like hats and stuff like that, whatever you guys do on the thing. I can't see it on TikTok Live Studio. So if you guys see it, great. But I can't for some reason. It says it doesn't let me. And if you guys have a chance, for those of you who are on TikTok, if you have a chance to download the TikTok Live Studio, do it because it has a bunch of really cool stuff in there. Like, for example, you can actually clip in video, record in, and then it has like makeup with effects and stuff like that. You can edit the stream. You can do sound effects. I mean, it's not like other ones don't have this. I just didn't know that even existed. I wonder what the heartbeat sounds like. Sounds like a heartbeat. That's a fail. I'm just clicking through the sound effects. All right, so this is cheer, clap, laughter, kiss, boing, heartbeat. Yeah. Wow. Scream. That's how I feel when I look in the mirror in the morning. Magic. Triumph. Fail. Awkward. Whistle. Drum. Thriller. It says add new, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna leave it. Highlight. You can actually highlight live. And then you can also mark up. I don't know how I would mark it. Let me see if I can draw on here. I can draw on the screen. That's awesome. Oh, man, that's really cool. I like that. Hold up. I didn't know that you could do this. This is super cool. What is this? Okay, so that's an eraser. Hey, VA. Shape. Let's see. Okay, so I found out that you can draw on this. So I'm going to give myself some like really awesome long red hair. Can you guys see this on your end? Like I'm drawing a heart in the corner right now. Well, kind of. It looks more like, anyway. Trash that. That did not look like a heart. There we go. Can you guys see the heart? Okay, that's cool. I didn't see TikTok Studio has that availability. So if you guys are into that kind of thing, you can also do shapes too. You do blocks. There you go. I'm not an artist at all, at least not digitally. And all right, so okay, all right, okay, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do too. Still, okay, where was I at? Okay, so living room 15-minute tidy. Work it out Wednesday. Today is bag prep and plan. For some reason, I did not I must not have had anything written from last week. Let me pull up the calendar real quick. So I have been trying to go live a little bit more on different social media sites from different angles. So even though, yes, it is pretty much the same content, it's not exactly what I want to do. I would like to like record it and then post it, but I have the multi-streaming aspect, kind of getting it down pat for zero. But the posting part, I'm having trouble with keeping up with. So I'm having a hard time like social media managing my own stuff. And when it gets to the point where you can't manage your own stuff, it's like you have to reevaluate what you can and can't do, right? Because we all have limits to what we can and can't do. And even though we tend to push those limits or not care about them at all, it's still a requirement for us to be able to, at a minimum, manage a certain mandatory amount of like baseline, right? Just for survival purposes. Hey, Lilik. So where's it going? Okay. So, all right. So workout schedule. We have recently changed the workout stuff because of the 30-pound down challenge. We started adding new machines, but I'll be honest with you, like I feel like this is just I should have just started this week instead of a month and a half ago because I failed so horribly like the first month and a half. So, but we're doing okay, at least at a very minimum to maintain, right? And so for this week, I maintained a 213, 214. And so going into the rest of this, today was a weigh-in day. So to maintain this or do less than like, okay, so 214 or below for the next weigh-in is my goal, right? So I've already gotten to the point where I have 3 of these a day. I know that's not a lot for some of you, and it's a lot for most of you. So I use the Walmart brand of flavorings, which I know is probably not the best for me at all, but it's no sugar, and it has flavors like mermaid, unicorn, and like magic or something. I don't know. So, but they're really good. They actually taste like Easter candy, which to me is awesome because it tastes sweet, but it's not sweet. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything, so to speak. And I'm actually adding hydration to my body, which is my goal. So I'm more hydrated now than I've ever been in my whole life. And so we've already done the plus water thing. We try to do the less sugar thing. We're failing horribly. And we both got on each other about that yesterday. And then we failed yesterday. So today's a new day. I actually did have coffee this morning. And so, yeah, I had sugar in my coffee. So I kind of already messed up my break fast, so to speak. And I had pancakes on top of that. So I had my carbs before the gym and I had sugars this morning. So already I'm in the negative. But, I'll probably do about, 30 minutes or so on the treadmill later anyways. So it evens out, right? Right. So talk about other ways to utilize the gym. You don't have to go to the gym to work out. You can do stuff at home, or you can, just sit in a chair or do the lazy girl workout in your bed. Like the easiest possible way that you could work out. For those of you who can. So fair warning. For the other ways to utilize the gym, specifically if you do go to the gym, from a lower level of not actual having like a subscription, like I said, you could do it at home. You can go out and about in town and do it. I know that a lot of parks have now included like a little workout area for public use, which I think is so awesome, especially for, if you're homeless or if you don't have access to a gym anywhere, you know what I'm saying? So, so there's that. The only thing is with the park aspect, you have to remember that you can't go there after dark because it's illegal. So, even though it's a lot cooler in the evening, it's probably best not to utilize that gym stuff in the dark. Plus, you'll probably hurt yourself and nobody will be there to help you. So don't do that. Safety first. So if you do have access to the gym, whatever gym that you're utilizing right now or want to use or whatever, say, for example, if you have Planet Fitness, you have the option to just have yourself, or you can have you and a guest, depending, price range wise. Right now, they're running a deal, at least Planet Fitness is. Now, mind you, I'm not sponsored, and I have no affiliation to them other than the fact that I go there to work out. They're running a deal right now where it's like you can get the black card, or like, no, not the black card. You get 1 month free, and then your friend can get $1 down to get into the gym. So I don't know how that works. Y'all are going to have to go look that up. But that's what's running right now. So just figured I'd let you know that. When you go to the gym at Planet Fitness, there is a ton of stuff there, and it is very overwhelming when you first walk in. But don't be afraid to walk around, look at the machines, look at the imagery on the machines. Don't be afraid to bring your phone and scan, because they have QR codes on each one of the machines in there to find out what one, it shows the imagery of what body part it is that you're working out. But it doesn't give you it doesn't tell you how many reps you're supposed to do. It doesn't tell you all this stuff because that's yours to decide, whatever your personal goal is. Same thing as I was talking about for yesterday with the cash envelope system. You're already having like this personalized plan for yourself. And a lot of us, when we go in there, there's no personalized plan. We have no idea what we're doing. We're just going to the gym because that's what we were told to do. Like, you're supposed to go to the gym and go work out. Oh, thank you for the heart me. Thank you. That was awesome. If you do have it, like I said, don't be afraid to go in there and ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to the other people that are there. Now, mind you, if they've got headsets, and they're not going to hear you. So, and they do require you to wear headsets for if you're listening to music and stuff like that, just because they're already playing music if you don't have headsets. And then there's TVs that are running, but they don't have any sound. But you can plug your headset into the machine and listen to the TV. Like if you're on the treadmill, you can plug your headsets into the machine and you can pick a channel. There's like 6 TVs. Well, there's actually like 14 TVs, but there's 6 TVs that have different options on them. And then like the end one is like a GoPro type ad for Planet Fitness. Anyway, so at least the one that I go to. And then like they have the main machines, and then they have a separate room in the back, which is open, but like it's a separate area where it's a 30-minute workout, where it has the baseline of what anybody could do to start with. Well, not everybody, what you could do to start with as like a first timer type thing. It has all the machines in like a little area that you can just run 30 minutes through. Like say if you just want to go there on break or something. Or if you have a short amount of time that you're not going to be there a very long time, you just want to get your workout and get done. Especially for those of you who do go to the workout or go to the gym every day. A 30-minute workout, I feel like is pretty, it's a good start, right? You don't have to go all in on it. You can just do baby steps if you want, you know? Um, the point is to start getting your blood moving through your body, and so that way it can start working properly. When you do go to start working out, hydrate first. Talk to the doctor first. Make sure that you're healthy to work out, because some of us, we go into the gym and then the next thing we know, we're thinking we can go 0 to 100 real quick and then end up in the hospital because we hurt ourselves. You don't want to do that. So baby step it. If you have to, you may feel like the machine is not even that tough to do. And then the next day you're laying in bed wishing you never even touched the thing in the first place. So, you got to think, this is going to affect me because I either haven't done anything in a long time, or I have done stuff, but this is different. So people who have been to the gym for years can go to use a new machine and still hurt themselves, or they could use the same machine and still hurt themselves. People who work out will tell you that you can hurt yourself very easily. But that also shouldn't deter you from wanting to try something new. And I suggest that you do. I suggest you try something new, and especially when they have deals and discounts and stuff like that. Now, mind you, trying to cancel a gym membership is like getting a root canal. Okay? At least for me. So, good luck with that. Not trying to deter you, but I haven't had much luck with it. But another thing is too, some gyms like Planet Fitness have another area that is actually separated from the gym, and it has tanning booths, it has a water massage machine, as well as a regular massage chair type place in there. There's usually like a couple of beds, a couple of seats in there that you can go in there and use about 15 minutes worth of time and just chill out, right? The one that we have has a stand-up tanning machine, for those of you who are into that kind of thing. I've never used a stand-up tanning machine. As soon as I saw it, I thought it was really interesting. Jeff keeps talking about the awareness of skin cancer and stuff like that. We all know this. I am pale as paper, and even if I lay outside, I'm just going to turn red. So it takes me a long time. Like, this is the tannest I've ever been in my life. And this is mostly because the lighting in here right now. So I look more red than anything. Anyway. So yeah, you could use that too. I think our gym, but I'm not sure about ours specifically, but I know that they do have them available where they have personal trainers available if you are a member. I don't know if there's an additional cost. I do know there's a schedule. So when you go in, ask them, if that's something that you're interested in, which I'm personally starting to get interested in, especially for 40 plus. I've got a ton of scars. So, and I also have a hernia. So it's like, I'm trying to make sure that I'm good. The workout that I do with Jeff is one that he started showing me, but that's leaning more towards, what he does versus maybe what I need might be a little bit different. But the fact was, I started and I tried and have been trying every other day for 7 months. And in that consistency, I've already started seeing a little bit of change. But remember, I failed last month and the past 7 months in trying to lose weight because I ended up gaining weight. So it's the food. It all starts in your kitchen, is what Jeff says, where whatever it is that you're eating. So I started, mind you, I'm not successful, but I started cutting out sugars and adding more water. Just that fact, you'll start to feel a difference. So, yeah, you could utilize other areas of the gym, or, maybe different areas in your community, or maybe, make a safe place in your house or wherever you reside for you to be able to do that if that's something that you want to do. I know that a lot of people who were, I think it's like truck drivers used to say that the more that you sit still, the softer you get, or something like that. So they would go and join something like Planet Fitness, which is nationwide, and then they can go into the gym and take a shower there. They do have like a shower locker area in the back. They have a changing room area as well as open bathrooms. So it's a full facility. It's just and I think personally for the pricing for it, it seems to be the best choice. But I'm pretty sure that you guys have other options wherever you're at. And if you do work out and you don't use a gym, how do you work out? Is there like a 40 plus plan for women that, maybe I should look into? So, and for those of you who are trying to start working out, like I said, hydration first above anything. So, and joints, like you got to make sure that like you're babying your joints, your back, your knees, your elbows, your ankles. If you've ever rolled an ankle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, hey, Cats, Cochito, and Hello Kitty, Kikels, D, Scrappy, Dustin Hall, Raphael. Hey, I'm trying to catch up. Sorry, y'all. Thank you for sending TikTok Universe. Okay, so with the heart me, what do I do with the heart me? I don't know what to do with that. Is there like I'm pinning it. There, it's pinned. So thank you, BA. Okay. So workout plan. We talked about other ways to utilize the gym or wherever you're at. Gym safety, like I said, as far as making sure that you're wearing the proper equipment. I already got yelled at the first time I went there because I didn't have the proper equipment on. I had flats instead of sneakers. They specifically request you not to wear anything with grommets, like spiky stuff, because all of the equipment has leather seating. You want to make sure that you're giving space for everybody because machinery moves, and a lot of us, when we're not paying attention, we'll get clocked. Okay, so especially when I'm walking up to Jeff when he's doing that overhead push thing, I always forget to leave room for that thing to come back down again. So
that's a nice sketch.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yep, very creative.
Thanks. This was actually, we were talking about the timeline lifeline thing.
Where's the naked aliens?
That's on the wall in the other room. I do need to show that at some point in time. I need to cover certain areas. So. Growing up, I had a very interesting artistic, creative mind, and still to this day. So yeah. Okay. Gym safety. Another aspect of gym safety for you guys is to make sure that if you have a gym bag, which I suggest that you at least keep a bag in your vehicle or near you. Hey, godlike. Inside your gym bag, try to not only have an extra pair of clothes, possibly like a small travel kit of like shampoos or soaps or something, deodorant, razor if you got to. But for the most part, the main thing that I'm concerned with is making sure that you have a safety element in there as well. You want to have something in case it rains, in the vehicle. But as far as on your person, whatever you're bringing with you into the gym, I want you guys to start carrying more safety equipment with you. No matter what you consider that to be, I don't know what the laws and rules are in each state or country or wherever you guys are at, but I want you to start thinking a little bit more of being aware of your surroundings, no matter where you are and no matter what time of day or night it is. I don't care. There's too much stuff going on in the world today for you not to. Okay. So trust me when I say that the life that you save could be your own by me stating this moment that I'm telling you this. So try to be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Keep safety equipment nearby, whether it's on a keychain, if it's in your wallet, if it's in your pocket, on a belt, in your shoe. I don't care. Put in your bra. You know what I mean? Like anything. Because legitimately, we're at a point in time in the world where we never know when something's going to happen. And I would rather you guys be safe and be a little bit more proactive than to be sorry later and wish you had. Okay. So, hey, Bartholo, thank you for this universe to Sadie. So, okay. So, yeah, think, is the gym parking lot lit? Are you the last person out of the gym? Can you request a gym employee to walk you to your car, or at least stand in the entryway and watch you walk to your car? If you're going to your vehicle in a parking lot, I always suggest, like, say, for example, like this is, the craziest, laziest, saddest example. But say here's the door and you're walking to your vehicle. Like, right, here's the door and you're walking to your vehicle, right? Even if there's like a light post right here, it doesn't matter. Maybe there's another car right here. So you can't really exactly see your vehicle, but your vehicle's over there. I suggest, and like say this is another aisleway, right? My drawing is awful. Say this is another aisleway. When you leave, I want you to walk towards your car, not on the aisleway that your car is on. I want you to walk on it on the opposite aisleway. I want you to have a full view of that vehicle before you approach it. Okay? Trust and believe this happens every day, and we don't even realize it. If you have to go out towards your vehicle, walk this aisleway and look at your car in its entirety, okay? From that angle. So you can see your car. Because a lot of times you'll have a vehicle next to yours and it's so big you can't even see your own car. So walk on the opposite aisleway, look at the vehicle, make a full scope of the entirety of it. Keep your keys in your hand before you leave the store. Trust me. So don't unlock your vehicle until you get to it. Okay. Let's see what else. Make sure it's in a well-lit area. Make sure that if you're, especially at night, if you have the availability to park in an area that has a camera. Now, mind you, you may have to go through an act of Congress to get that video. But if you have it to where you're on camera, it makes it a little bit less likely, right? But it's still available. So safety first. So items in bag, items on keychain, or on your person at all times. Full view of vehicle on the way back out. If you have to go in pairs, I prefer you guys would go in pairs, plus the fact that it's more fun to go in pairs. You'll actually do it more. You'll have more gumption, so to speak, to do it, especially when somebody else is like dragging your ass there. I don't know what you're talking about, Jeff. So try to do that. Where are we at here? Bag prep. As part of your bag prep, like I said, maintaining like some kind of small snack, hydration, backup hydration, like water flavors or something like that, water bottle, extra pair of clothes, socks, underwear, if you have to, you know what I mean? Small travel case of like soaps and stuff like that. And this should be your gym bag. Now, your vehicle bag for emergency purposes is separate than this, okay? This is a bag that you will be taking in and out of the gym. If for some reason that you do not have a gym bag, or you leave it in the car or whatever, right? You always have that backup bag in your vehicle that also has safety equipment in it. Because remember, for Friday or Saturday for vehicles, I already told you guys to have a emergency bag prepped in your vehicle at all times, which includes safety equipment. So even if you don't have a gym bag, that secondary bag, even if you have to drop your bag and run to your car, okay? Worst case scenario, right? None of us want to have to experience that. But you always have a backup, okay? Even if you have to put like one of those throwaway phones that like you can charge it and turn it off and put it in the bag, and it'll keep charged, and like just check it like once a week and charge it for like an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? Or you can, some vehicles even allow you to keep it plugged in. Fire safety purposes, just make sure that there's no issues there. But, you know, you can do that. That also gives you another backup opportunity for them to ping you if for some reason that, you know, the scenario gets like really out of hand and it gets taken, right? Or maybe you're in the vehicle and it gets taken. You know, trafficking is really high rate right now. Y'all need to be aware of yourselves. And your surroundings. I mean, there was a guy that got kidnapped out of his own front yard while he was mowing his yard. Y'all need to be careful out there. His wife thought he was outside mowing the yard, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. Literally kidnapped out of his own front yard. So y'all need to be careful out there. So bag prep. We don't want anything bad to happen. We're going to only have good vibes here. So that's already said and done. It's for proactive, you know, awareness. It's not to fearmonger. It's to make sure that you know and you're aware of the things that are possible that are out there today, and to be a little bit more prepared in case. Now, nobody's ever prepared for a worst case scenario. You're just not. So as much preparedness as you possibly can is better. Also, another reason why I say for the bag prep for gym safety as well as in your vehicle is if you're stuck in traffic. You know, it's not all of us realize, like, okay, either on the way there or the way back, you may get stuck in traffic. So nobody likes going to the gym, working out, getting a really good workout in, and then getting stuck in the car for an hour when you're starving to death. You know what I mean? And you can't find an exit or something, or maybe it's really hot. So always having that stuff in your vehicle at all times is a godsend. So as far as diet planning, I don't really want to call it diet planning. I'm actually going to change that. I don't want to call it diet because for some reason the word diet in my brain immediately wants me to rebel. So new meal planning. And then weigh-ins. So new meal planning. Currently, as of yesterday, we were supposed to have done the order. I have not done it yet. So I'm going to save that information right now. But yeah, meal planning, pick whatever works best for you. You know, health first, safety first. You know, you don't want to find out, you know, after making a whole new meal plan that you're allergic to half the stuff that's in it. So finding out about a food allergy is not fun, especially when it's like, you know, an event or something. Or right before an event. So, you know, try to keep up with your doctor about that. You could actually request a allergy test from your doctor. For those of you who pay your own money, that might be a little expensive. For those of you who are government assisted, that is covered, especially if you're youth or you have children. So I don't know about like insurance through companies and stuff like that. I don't know about that. So you might want to look into that. And that's it for Workout Wednesday. Next is International History. For those of you who want to stay with me through that. If not, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope that helps somebody somewhere. And stay tuned so this way you can keep up with the gym workout routine, right? Okay, so like I said, next up is International History. Fair warning, all of my streams are all trigger warnings. This is not my own personal opinion, but I do interject occasionally. But I am going to be reading this from AP News. If you guys have a specific website that you think is better than the one that I'm utilizing right now, not one that leans towards one side or another, preferably, try to keep it as neutral and as real time as possible. I know TikTok, we get a lot of information from TikTok, and I love that. I love that about you guys. And I really encourage you guys to start streaming live a lot more often, especially in your towns or when you're out and about, especially if there's any kind of major events that are happening in your area. I want you guys to start streaming that live because I want to see it, you know? So you got to give the people what they want. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this off of AP News. Y'all feel free to check it out with me. And like I said, I know that this is an international stream, so this may offend people. But this is what I do every week and every day in my life, evidently, and every time I open my mouth. So international history today is AP News. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Feel free to download the website as well. I am not affiliate. I'm not sponsored. I'm literally just reading it from the website. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like watching the news. I don't like reading the news. I don't like hearing the news. When I do, I panic. That's the first thing I do is I panic. And I immediately think it's the end of the world. And I get that whole fear talk mentality to just run with any idea that comes through my mind, right? And that's horrible because it puts you in a negative mindset, right? It makes you hate. It makes you feel like you are not good enough. It makes you, just feel some type of way, which I understand that that's for the most part news anyways. But when all of us are seeing the same thing and we all have the answers in our mind, it's so hard to not just come together and like fight against it, right? Especially like when, you just want to rise up and speak against the negativity in the world, or maybe it's, not exactly what you wanted to hear, or, you have a personal religious preference or a political preference, or, any of those hot topics, which I'm going to cover all today. So, I don't have a preference. I know a lot of you guys can say something against me because I don't vote. And I don't have a lot of understanding about the world, but I learn a little bit more every day. And that's what I want you guys to keep doing. I want you guys to keep an open mind and not be so offended by things. But if you are offended and you do feel some type of way, I want you to ask yourself why. Why do I feel this way? What triggered me to make me feel this way? Was it what the person said or what I experienced? Or is it something from my own mind and my own past? Because a lot of it is intermingled with each other. Like I said, every single aspect of your life, no matter which aspect you're looking at, which angle you're looking at, it's all interconnected. So, and we are all interconnected. So yeah, I'm just going to read from AP News. If you guys don't want to join me for that, it's totally fine. But that's this section of today's Unschooling. So make your own judgments and make your own opinions. But this is what I'm reading from. So anyway, front page of AP News. I'm going to go ahead and click on World and go into the sections. First one is Israel-Hamas war. And there's a lot of sections, so it's going to be a little while. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just reading off the top section of it, and y'all can go and look more into it or find your own information. Is what I want you to do. I want you to pull what I'm saying, right, and what you're being told, and the information that's being posted, not just on one site. Okay, I want you to get a minimum of 3. I need you guys to have a triangulation of information so you can find solid ground and truth in whatever you feel is the truth in the situation. Okay, which may be different than everybody else's idea. And that's okay. It gives us something to talk about. So it gives room to grow. All right. So Israel-Hamas war, what you need to know. Iranian negotiator doesn't rule out existing nuclear treaty if sanctions are reimposed. I also stutter, have a speech impediment. More than 100 aid groups warn of starvation in Gaza as Israel strikes. End 21, officials say, as of 21 minutes ago. The latest, Israel is pushing Gaza towards starvation, aid group says. Witkoff plans to visit the Mideast and push for Gaza ceasefire, State Department spokesperson says, as of yesterday. Syria asked Turkey for defense support after sectarian clashes, Turkish officials say. And in more coverage of the war, UK, Canada, and 26 other countries say the war in Gaza must end now. Israel forces push into parts of central Gaza City that the war had largely spared. As of yesterday, officials say 85 Palestinians seeking aid are ended in Gaza as Israel widens evacuations orders as of July 20th. 23rd. Okay, so I'm not going to go further than that. Next is Russian-Ukraine war. Ukrainian security services arrest suspected administrator of Russian language cybercrime platform as of an hour ago. Ukrainians are protesting a law targeting anti-corruption agency. Zelensky faces backlash as Ukrainians protest new anti-corruption law as of an hour ago. Thousands to gather to protest as Zelensky signs bills weakening anti-corruption agencies as of yesterday. And Zelensky renews offers to meet with Putin as officials say Russian attacks end a child in Ukraine. As of more coverage, Russia launches a major aerial attack in Kyiv hours before high-level talks on support for Ukraine as of July 21st. So I'm only going back to the 20th. Russia insists on achieving Ukraine goals despite Trump's ultimatum. In China, waiting for it to load. I got dial-up. Flurry of trade deals offers relief for some Asian countries while others wait. Trump says China trip is not too distant as trade tensions ease as of yesterday. Hong Kong judge rules in favor of transgender bathroom access as of 9 hours ago. U.S. government employee banned from leaving China as of yesterday. UN says booming solar, wind, and other green energy hits global tipping point for even lower costs. UN's top court failing to protect planet from climate change may be a violation of international law. And in more, EU and Japan agreed to work together to promote free trade and economic security as of 2 hours ago. UN's top court says failing to protect planet from climate change could violate international law as of 6 minutes ago. Trump says U.S. will impose 19% tariff on imports from Philippines in deal struck with leader Marcos. Chinese investors snap up stocks on hopes for an end to price wars and overcapacity. Less selection and higher prices is how tariffs are shaping the holiday shopping season. In Asia Pacific, Japanese leader Ishiba vows to remain despite speculation, says that he will focus on new U.S. trade deal. Flurry of trade deals offer relief for some Asian countries. I think I already read that. Thailand closes border crossings with Cambodia and recalls ambassador as tensions flare as of an hour ago. Indonesian police arrest 44 people suspected of starting forest fires. Photos show an epic endurance race celebrating the bond between people and horses in Kyrgyzstan. 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 Yeah. Sorry, I have problems saying words sometimes. Indian police arrest a suspected scammer running a fake embassy near New Delhi. I'm laughing because wow. Taliban say efforts to release a British couple from Afghan prison not yet complete. Hong Kong judge rules in favor of... Anyway, I think I read these already. India's Rishbana Pot... Yeah. Ensures foot and retirees hurt in fourth test against England. Injures foot and retires. Hurt in the fourth test against. Hold on. Oh, that's someone's name. Rish Abd Hunt of India. Hope your foot gets better. Dawson returns after 8 years to take a key wicket for England as India 149-3 at tea in fourth test as of 32 minutes ago. Heavy storms in northern Vietnam leave one ended as Wafa weakens into a tropical depression as of 5 hours ago. All right. I think, what was that? That was Asia Pacific. Okay. So I'm going to Latin America. And if I can't read the chat, I apologize. Hold on, let me look. Hey, guys. Wow. There's a bunch of y'all in here. Hope y'all are having a good day. All right. So in Latin America, Venezuela's returning migrants allege abuse in El Salvador's hell prison where U.S. sent them. El Salvador's new wave of political exiles say history is repeating itself. Scientists in the Barbados overturned hundreds of rocks to rediscover world's smallest known snake. Puerto Rico's government sues private power company as chronic outages damage appliances. Ecuadorian drug lord Fido pleads not guilty after being extradited to New York as of July 21st. 3 Haitian police officers and 2 civilians ended as gangs overrun in a central region. Appeals court won't reinstate AP access to presidential events as of yesterday. That's interesting. UN urges peaceful settlement of dispute as UN chief points to the horror show in Gaza. Columbia University says that it has suspended and expelled students who have participated in protests as of yesterday. Trump likes renaming people, places, and things, and he's not the first to deploy that perk of power. Lawyers say Venezuelan migrant ordered returned to U.S. to sent to home country under prisoner exchange. Washington Black is a show that could is the show that could just like its main character. Okay, I don't know what that is. Newcastle United legend Norberto Solano named as Pakistan coach. And as of July 21st, Keylor Navas to join Pumas as after a brief stint in Argentina with Newell's Old Boys. Gen Xers mourn drowning ending of actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, known as Theo, on The Cosby Show as of the 21st. And U.S. immigration agents arrest former Haitian presidential hopeful over alleged gang ties as of yesterday. It's interesting that they don't have access. Just going back to that. In Europe, Iranian negotiator doesn't rule out existing... Wait, did I go to Europe? Yeah. Nuclear treaty if sanctions are reimposed. Top Iranian official has warned that European threats to reimpose sanctions on Iran could trigger the country to withdraw from an international pact that limits the spread of nuclear weapons. Trying to read ones that I did not read yet. Yes. Birmingham mourns the ending of native son Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Syria asks Turkey for defense support after sectarian clashes, Turkish officials say. 3 ended and 1 seriously wounded in Northern Ireland shooting. A former security guard at the U.S. Embassy in Norway is accused of spying for Russia and Iran as of an hour ago. Rome gears up for Holy Year's monumental Catholic youth rally in scorching temperatures. Ukrainian security services arrest suspected administrator of Russian language cybercrime platform as of an hour ago. EU and Japan work together to promote free trade and economic security. I think I already read that. Trump announces trade deal with Japan that lowers threatened tariff to 15% as of yesterday. Witkoff plans to visit the Mideast and push for Gaza ceasefire, State Department spokesperson says. Excuse me. War in Gaza tests ties between Israel and traditional European allies. Barcelona residents fear sea level rise is swallowing their beloved beaches. And companies pledge to invest more than $700 billion in Germany over the next 3 years. That's something to keep an eye on. The risks and rewards of tokenization, as crypto heavyweights push for it. Iran will hold nuclear talks with European nations and Turkey, the first since ceasefire with Israel. And DeChambeau headed for Ryder Cup, returning after strong rally at British Open. I try not to get into sports too much because it's just too much for me. Africa. Bermuda shorts, beachwear, and a local band divide Algerian town. Congo and rebels have committed to ending war in the east. 17 ended in head-on collision between minibus, taxi, and truck in Zimbabwe as of yesterday. Egypt provides free train rides for Sudanese refugees returning home as of July 21st. Kenyan pro-democracy activist Boniface Mwangi is charged with alleged possession of ammunition. In Africa Pulse, as the going gets tough, the South Sudan, some artisans offer cheap footwear made from rubber tires. In Liberia's version of baseball, there are no bats and no men. U.S. aides cut halt HIV vaccine research in South Africa with global impact. Burkina Faso's only eye doctor for children sees the trauma of both play and conflict. As U.S. abruptly ends support, Liberia faces empty health clinics and unplanned pregnancies. Zimbabwe's scrap metal hunters are quietly fighting climate change one piece at a time. And more from Africa, Libya deports 700 Sudanese migrants in crackdown on trafficking. Congo and Rwanda-backed rebels signed declaration of principles to end conflict in eastern Congo. Gunmen end 2 Indian and abduct a 3rd in Niger. Sudan's humanitarian crisis worsens amid escalating violence in Kordofan and Darfur. The Weeknd and Shakira will headline Global Citizen Festival supporting energy access and the Amazon as of yesterday. And South African cooks join forces to make 67,000 liters of soup to fight hunger on Mandela Day. So, yeah. Let's see, where are we at? Okay. U.S. First topic, of course, immigration. So, AP News, second tab, U.S., down 1 to immigration. Let me read the ones that I haven't already read. Colorado's AG sues deputy saying he illegally shared information with immigration agents. Lawyers say Venezuelan migrant ordered... I already said that one. Family supporters urge release of Spanish-language journalists on ICE custody. Florida signs a $245 million contract for alligator Alcatraz. Tears and hugs as urban singer Arturo Suarez returns home after El Salvador jail. More news. New Jersey law banning immigration detention contracts overturned by U.S. appeals court. U.S. immigration says it did not deport Chilean man living in Pennsylvania, refuting report. The UK says that it will sanction those who enable migrant journey across the English Channel. U.S. immigration agents arrest former Haitian presidential hopeful over alleged gang ties. I think I said that already. Pentagon withdraws 700 Marines from Los Angeles. That was as of the 21st. Venezuela investigating alleged mistreatment of migrant Trump sent to El Salvador. Lawsuit challenges restrictions on Head Start for kids in the U.S. illegally. Okay, so the second one is weather. This is US, by the way. Hey guys, hope y'all are having a good day. I'm reading off of AP News, by the way. If you just joined me, we're doing unschooling right now. So we're doing history, international history, but we're talking about US right now. So heavy storms in northern Vietnam leave. That's not US. That's Pakistan, it's Vietnam, it's typhoons, Philippines. Why is this not US? Anyway, all right, on to the next. Education. Harvard under investigation over participation in visa program for foreign students and researchers. Tips to help from experts to help your teenager navigate AI companions. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. That just leaves it open for a ton of predators because you don't even know who's behind it. You don't have to know a voice. It has its own voice. That's just scary to me. Teens say that they're returning to AI for friendship. Again, don't. Far beyond Harvard, conservative efforts to reshape higher education are gaining steam. Columbia University says it has suspended and expelled students who participated in protests. More in education news. What's happening with forgiveness for students' loans on income-based repayment plans? I'm curious. Board green lights second charter high school for Mississippi. Lawsuit challenges restrictions on Head Start for kids in the U.S. illegally. Harvard argues Trump administration illegally cut $2.6 billion in research funding. Immigration arrests outside Oregon preschool rattle parents. Education Department will release some frozen grants supporting after-school and summer programs. Civil rights work is being slowed as Trump dismantles the Education Department agency data shows. Chinese university expels female student after relationship with a foreigner. Man who sent Facebook message about committing a 2013 campus essay pleads guilty. Teacher stabbed at Dutch elementary school music show. 3 suspects arrested. Federal court says Arkansas can enforce a ban on critical race theory in classrooms. NCAA fines Memphis $30,000, places it on probation after softball player did hoops players' schoolwork. Republicans press leader of Georgetown, Berkeley, and CUNY on anti-Semitism complaints. University of Michigan faced federal investigation after arrest of 2 Chinese scientists. Inside Trump and McMahon's plan to dismantle the Education Department. Supreme Court allows Trump to lay off nearly 1,400 Education Department employees. Far more teen girls than boys see college as a key to success, new AP North poll finds. Photos highlight Boys and Girl Club programs threatened by Trump grant freeze. More than 20 states sued Trump administration over frozen after-school and summer funding. And that's it for that one. Transportation. I'm just running through these tabs real quick. Just give you guys a little bit of top news for today. Or, the past week or so. All right, so transportation, NTSB heavy plane dragged from Antlers contributed to crash that ended ex-rep Mary Peltola's husband. People in Florida neighborhood stopped dinner, grabbed tools to rescue 4 people in a plane crash. 2 ended in New Jersey after floodwaters carry away vehicle during heavy rains that hit the northeast as of July 15th. Boeing settles with a man whose family passed in a 737 MAX crash in Ethiopia. In more news, the wreckage of a Montana plane crash is found using a victim's smartwatch location. Family of 4, including 2 children, ended in North Carolina plane crash as of July 8th. Teen ended after being found unconscious on top New York City subway train. In abortion, Planned Parenthood wins partial victory in legal fight with Trump administration over funding cuts. Congress targeted Planned Parenthood for defunding and also caught a main healthcare provider. U.S. Appeals Court upholds West Virginia restriction on abortion pill sales. New York clerk again refuses to enforce Texas judgment against doctor who provided abortion pills. Judge rejects a challenge to Michigan's decades-old ban on publicly funded abortions as of July 10th. Planned Parenthood seeks to keep Medicaid funds flowing during legal fight. And in more news, Nevada parental notification abortion law is now in effect. Planned Parenthood lawsuit seeks a halt as of 43 minutes ago. 3 Polish doctors convicted in 2021 ending of a pregnant woman. Dominican protesters rally against a proposed set of laws on abortion, corruption, and rights. Missouri judge again blocks many of the state's anti-abortion laws as of July 3rd. And Supreme Court rejects Montana's bid to revive parental consent law for minors' abortions. And LGBTQ+, a list of sports organizations that have begun transgender competition bans. U.S. Olympic and Paralympic officials bar transgender women from competing in Olympic women's sports as of 7 hours ago. Florida's Attorney General targets restaurant over an LGBTQ pride event as of yesterday. Italy Constitutional Court says non-biological mother in same-sex union entitled to paternity leave. Texas Attorney General sues adult swimming group for allowing transgender competitors. A Bayard Rustin aims to preserve his legacy as a queer civil rights activist. More news. Trump administration sues California over transgender athlete policies. The biggest gender-affirming care center for the trans kids in the United States is closing and prompting protests. Wisconsin Supreme Court clears the way for a conversion therapy ban to be made permanent. A Bayard Rustin archive aims to preserve his legacy as a queer civil rights activist. Supreme Court will take up a new case about which school sports teams transgender students can join. Virginia agrees not to fully enforce state law banning conversion therapy for LGBTQ plus minors. UPenn updates swimming records set by Leah Thomas, settling with feds on transgender athletes case. And as of July 1st, soccer ban sparks fears of widening trans exclusion in the UK. Notable deaths. Just double check. Hope y'all are having a good day. Thank you for the follows. Right off the top, we have a RIP Ozzy Osbourne. Photos show emotional music fans paying tribute. They changed Ozzy's image from grizzly to cuddly and changed reality. Award-winning AP photographer Bob Doherty captured history with speed and persistence. Let's see. Prominent Chicago defense lawyer Thomas Durkin, a zealous advocate for clients. Prominent Miami defense attorney Roy Black represented William Kenneth Smith. Liverpool, Wrexham, and Wales soccer hero Joey Jones passed, 70. Bob Hemmel, legendary Indian and sports writer and friend of Bob Knight, passes at 88. Beloved Paul Park therapy bunny Alex the Great has passed after complications from cancer. Gen X mourns the drowning passing of actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, known as Theo on The Cosby Show, as of July 21st. D-Day veteran and TikTok star Papa Jake Larson passed at 102, July 20th. Norwegian author Ingvar Ambjorn passed away at 69. Award-winning former AP photographer Joan Steck is remembered for her wit and leadership. Rex White, who was NASCAR's oldest living champion and a Hall of Famer, passed at 95. Alan Bergman, Oscar-winning lyricist who helped write The Way We Were, passed at 99. Former Giants managing general partner, longtime lead Microsoft attorney Bill Newcomb, passed at 83. Felix Baumgartner, first skydiver to fall faster than the speed of sound, unfortunately passed in a paragliding accident on July 17th. Connie Francis from Pretty Little Baby became an unexpected TikTok hit 63 years after its release. Dr. David Alchek, Met's medical director and Tommy John surgery pioneer, passed at 68. And Connie Francis, whose hit songs include Who's Sorry Now and Pretty Little Baby, passed at 87. I'm not getting into politics. I'm not doing sports. I'm not doing entertainment. And you guys can check out the rest of this. Like I said, there's politics, sports, entertainment, business, science, and more. Fact checks, oddities, be well, newsletters, photography, AP investigations, climate, health, tech, lifestyle, religion, Spanish, most watched videos, standards, quizzes, press releases. So there's a lot of stuff on there. You guys can go check that out. Like I said, that's what I use for history class. So for those of you who want to utilize maybe something else, let me know and I'll try. In the meantime, all right, so we've gone through international history and current events at this point. And like I said, we did talk a little bit about the gym. We talked a lot about, safety and stuff like that. And me talking about international history really kind of puts a perspective on what I'm talking about as far as like safety first. Literally, these situations are popping up out of nowhere now. Nobody even knows where or when they're going to happen. Or from who. So be a little bit more aware, like I said, not to like live in fear, just to be more aware. So we did AP News for both. So yeah. Hey guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Yep, that's about 2 hours. That's what I do on average. So like I said, go back, double check your Twitter, LinkedIn, Snap, and also your seller sites. This is the light touch. And then if you have any thrifting, keep up with personal household for sale, for sure. Total money spent and sinking funds. Right now, I'm at a 0. I'm like going in the opposite direction of what I wanted to do. So, like I said, this does help you keep up with yourself and it holds yourself accountable because you literally will not have a choice but to see where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, and what you need to do in between. Okay. And keeping up with that is important. So, do the best you can every day. And until I see y'all again, thank you for the diamonds, by the way. I did not see that earlier. I do want to mention that, by the way. I don't exactly know. I haven't walked through all of the processes yet for each one of these little things that you guys throw on me. Like the hats and the diamonds and hearts and stuff like that. I don't know what each one of them means. I'm still in the process of working those out for TikTok. For YouTube, I am very surprised at y'all for not talking to me today. There is no one in chat. It is empty over there. I don't even think there's been a viewer. Maybe there is. I doubt it. But anyway. And then TikTok or Twitch. Y'all. Anyway. Y'all about to be getting my raccoons. That's all I'm going to be saying. Long videos, night videos of raccoons. How about that? So I just don't know if I have what I need to feed them constantly on a daily basis. This way you can continue to watch them, but either way. But yeah, there's like 2 raccoons and a possum that chill out back and they eat all my corn. I'm really pissed off about that. So, but it didn't get wasted. It went back to nature. Even though I wanted it in my belly. They should get 10% off the top, right? Anyway. Okay. So, Twitch, I hope y'all have a nice day. Until I see you again, behave. YouTube, if you haven't spoken by now, now's your chance because I'm getting ready to end the stream. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day.